Hello, my name is Jamie, and today I am doing a book review on Devoted by Tim Challies. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, so forgive me if I'm not. Please remember to subscribe. I can never get that right. To subscribe to this channel if you want to see more book reviews. So, Devoted, Great Men and Their Godly Moms. This is the book to read. 5 stars. Loved it. I highly recommend it. Right from the start, I wanted to get that out. It is just what it says. Great men and their godly moms. It talks about the history, I'll tell you, of these men. John Newton. I don't know if you know these names. John Newton, Hudson Taylor, J. Gresham Machen, Christopher Yuan, William Borden, Charles Hodge, John Piper, Charles Spurgeon, Augustine, D.L. Moody, and Timothy from the Bible. So those are all the chapters, and each chapter deals with a godly man, and then it talks about how his mother influenced him to follow God, to follow Christ. And each chapter is different. Each chapter shows a mother who did something different to influence her son to be a Christian. Some of these moms weren't Christians when their boys were still living in the house, but then they became a Christian later and still influenced their kids, to their adult children, to follow God. It talks about mothers in here who were single mothers and still worked their tails off to provide for their family, to provide an education for their sons, and urging them, while still urging them to follow God. There's mothers in here. I wonder if it's the first one, if it was John Newton's mom. I kind of think it was. But yes, it says the hidden strength of a weak mother. So the entirety of John Newton's young life, his mother was sick. And she knew she was sick and weak, so she did all she could to instill the Bible in him before she died. And she died when he was like just 7 years old. So that amazes me, because most of my kids are older than 7. I have one kid below 7. And to think that she instilled so much of the Bible and Bible knowledge and theology in a younger than 7-year-old just wowed me. That she was so diligent to teach her son about the Bible, so that when she died, that knowledge stayed with him throughout the rest of his childhood into his adulthood, and it ultimately helped lead him to Christ. That is amazing. And there are mothers in here who prayed without ceasing for their adult sons, and just story after story of these moms who knew that the most important thing was to get their sons to the feet of Christ. It was amazing. It was, I don't have any other words to say. It was inspirational, and it made me think more about me and my sons. I have 4 boys, and it just made me want to be more diligent in teaching them about the Bible and about Christ, which we have been doing already, but it is so important, and it is the one thing that is more important than anything else, is teaching your children about Christ. So this book, it's not long. It's not long at all. Just a minute, I'll tell you how long it is. 122 pages. And if you look at it, they're small pages. Like, here's my hand. They're small pages. There's even big margins. So you could fly through this book. It didn't take me very long to read. It's not difficult, and it's very interesting. It's not a boring read. It's telling you the stories of these men and their moms, and then these men's influence. These men's. Does that make sense? Men apostrophe S. Their influence on the world around them because of what they grew up with. And many of these men attribute their knowledge to the first efforts of their mothers. So, excellent read. Please look into it, especially if you're a mom of boys. Even if you're a mom of girls, it is a book that will awaken even more that desire to bring your kids to Christ, to bring them to Jesus. And I think it is very worth it. Go look it up. Go read it. That's all I have for you today. This is one of those books that I think it is very worthwhile to talk about, very worthwhile to recommend to other people. It's not just like, oh, this was a good story and I really liked it and I think you'll like it too. No, this is more like, this is a book that will push you in your walk with Christ. This is a book that will make you want to do better, that will make you want to pursue Christ more, that will make you want to push your kids to pursue Christ more. And these are the books that really make a difference. You know, you got the Bible, which is the number one, but these books are books that also influence you to want Christ more and to want him for other people. So look it up, go for it. It's worth it. I promise. That's all I've got for you today. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you in our next video. Have a good one. Goodbye. Hello. Hello.